Get ready with me while we talk about all of the things you need to get at the Sephora savings event this week. We're going to create this beautiful look using all Sephora products. So let's get into it. First up is the Violette Boom Boom Milk. Oh my gosh. This is like so creamy and like just delicious on the skin. I know delicious on the skin. Delicious is like, I know delicious is not like a word you would think of to use for that. But the Violette FR is stunning, so hydrating. And then the One Size Hydro Sculpt Skin Studio. I love this moisturizer. It's such a nice base for makeup. So pretty. One Size is honestly one of my favorite brands. That will not be the last One Size product you see in this video. Next up for my base, I highly recommend the Inky List. I use the caffeine eye cream. My husband's gotten into Inky List too. He uses the retinol eye cream. It's just such a nice base for your eye makeup. My under eyes are pretty dry, so I always try to remember eye cream before I do my base. And then for lips, I love the Ole Henriksen Pout Preserve Sugar Melt Lip Scrub. So nice. Okay. For foundations, there are a few that I would recommend if you are looking for something on the cheaper side. If you're looking for something on the cheaper side, I would recommend the Milk Hydro Grip Gel Tint. This is very, very lovely. I also love the concealer that goes with it. Very, very nice. Very refreshing and hydrating. I love the gel texture on these. And if you're looking for something a little more high-end, with that same nice smooth coverage, I'd go with the Laura Mercier. This is the Tinted Blur Balm. This is really nice if you want light coverage. And if you're looking for fuller coverage, I have 4 options for you that I would recommend for the Sephora sale. Now, this one is a classic for me. I wore this on my wedding day. This is the Haus Labs Triclone Skin Tech Foundation. I love that one. They have a very inclusive shade range. Really great brand. And then if you're looking for something a little more luminous, I would go with the new Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. I never tried the original, but I do love the new formulation, so highly recommend. And then if you're looking for something more matte, I would recommend either the Estee Lauder Double Wear or the new Rare Beauty Matte Foundation. The new Rare Beauty Matte is so stunning. You don't need as much powder as you think you do with this because it's self-setting. I still put on a little bit of powder, and I love the accessible packaging that Rare Beauty is constantly coming out with. While we're on the subject of Rare Beauty, I also have to recommend her perfume. The packaging is accessible. It has an easy lock mechanism. It's just so nice. It's like a refreshing like vanilla smell, but it's like a very light vanilla. This is just so delicious. I love this. So getting into my base today, I think I am gonna go with the Rare Beauty foundation. I have been loving this lately. I do 2 pumps onto a palette, and then I'm gonna go in with the B12 thinning base from One Size. This is another product, I mean, you can see I've been going through it. This is another product I would highly recommend. And as far as brushes, I'm more of a Morphe girl. Sephora has some nice brushes. But honestly, I think that Morphe is the way to go. Sephora brushes can be kind of expensive. If there's a Sephora brush I could recommend, I would recommend that you get the 56. This is really, really great for foundation and concealer. Right now I'm using a Morphe brush. The butter blends so pretty. This one applies foundation so well. So pretty. Then for concealers, I have 2 I want to recommend. I am going to recommend to you the Patrick Ta and the Estee Lauder Double Wear. The Patrick Ta is so, so creamy. It's what I want all of my concealers to be. It's just so good. I always go in on my under eyes and then I do some contour down the nose. So, so pretty, so hydrating, so creamy. It's what I want every single one to be. Look how that just blends out. For contour, I have been loving the Rare Beauty Liquid Contour. This is in the shade Mellow because I am a pale Victorian child from the 1400s. Wait, no, Victorian was in 1400s. And I just use this to accentuate my jawline and my cheekbones. The Sephora savings event is a great time to try new products. I get 20% off. Even if you just join, I think you get 10% off. It's a great time to join. Ooh, so pretty. Next up, let's do blush. I am gonna go in with Glossier Cloud Paint, and honestly, it's kind of gimmicky, but also, this is kind of gimmicky, but also kind of not. I love the Cloud Paint brush and this like, ooh, squidgy part. I'm just so obsessed with this. I'm gonna grab a little bit on here. Dab, dab, dab. Dab, dab, dab. Dab, dab, dab. Doot, doot, doot. Doot, 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 doot. If it looks like a lot, it's because it is. I grabbed a lot, but it's okay. We're gonna blend it out. It's gonna be fine. And I always go in with cream products underneath with the base, and then I go and I do powder on top, and then always, 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 always more blush on top. Yeah, this is super cute. And then the brush twists up. I love it, love it, love it for travel. And I've been doing more travel lately. I just got a new job. It's in New York. I'm going there in a couple weeks. Look at that. That is just stunning. It looks like a lot now, but we are gonna powder on top. The Glossier is so movable. That's the color in Dawn. I also have Beam. So, so pretty. I love that. I'm gonna go in with my other brush. This one's just bigger. I want to get a slightly more diffused look. Ooh. Next for powder, I cannot recommend enough the Huda Beauty. I go in with this, and then I go in with the pressed powder in Sugar Cookie after. This is their new shade in Matcha Milk. So we are doing this. And okay, there's my powder puff. So I go in with this, and the green neutralizes redness. But I wouldn't say it's too green. I was worried that this was gonna make me look green. It definitely does not. And then going in with Sugar Cookie on top just sets my under eyes so, so well. Look at how pretty that is. So pretty. And I'm not doing a lot of powder just because that Rare Beauty is so, so matte. I really just do under eyes because that's where I have the Patrick Ta, and then I do the T-zone because that's where I tend to get oily. But yeah, this is Sugar Cookie, and I do this just to like contour again the sides of the nose and the under eye. We have a lot of new followers here from some of my COVID content. So if you're new, welcome, welcome. So happy to have you here. We do makeup, we do cooking, we do Minecraft, we do it all. We really do. I don't have a niche, really. We just kind of do whatever I'm feeling in the moment. Niches are overrated anyway. There is the base set. Now, okay, I am gonna go in with some blush and some bronzer. For blush, I am gonna go in with the Cloud Paint Plush Blush in the same color. We're gonna layer Dawn on top. All about layering. That is just so pretty. And we powdered on top, so we're gonna just bring some of that pigment back on the outer corner. Bring that up. It's a lot of blush. I know. Don't freak out. Don't freak out. And then I'm gonna go in with Beam. Whoa! We're going in with Beam on the inner portion of the cheeks. It's a lot of blush. I know. Again, don't freak out. Don't freak out. It's totally fine. It's totally fine, guys. I'm gonna go back in with a brush, some of that matcha milk, and just powder over the blush. It's a lot of blush. It's a lot of blush, but that green is gonna neutralize it and make it not as aggressive. I got so mad. Huda keeps changing the packaging on things, but she really did it with that. I think it was an improvement and much needed. Then I'm gonna go in with the House Labs Bio Radiant Gel. This is in the color, I believe, Fire Opal. Yes, Fire Opal. It is so gorgeous. Like, look at that. So radiant. Look at that. I am gonna go in with this brush just to kind of pop the cheek. I'm not normally a highlighter girl, but I do love how this isn't like blinding. It just like blends in really nicely. I love. And then I love going in with two different bronzers. So I have the Maria Soft Sculpt Transforming Skin Enhancer, and then I have the Rare Beauty Soft Matte Powder Bronzer. This is in Summer Feels. Because I've already done my creams and set, I'm gonna go in with the Rare Beauty. I go in with a big, big, big kind of angled fluffy brush just to layer. Now that we have a shit ton of powder on our face, the One Size Glass Powder Melt setting spray. You can see I'm almost done with this bottle. I've restocked it, so I'm about to run out of that. It's my favorite setting spray. I love how it just melts in the powder. You can see it's like kind of patchy because I am just finishing up that one. So I am gonna go in and just kind of do that. Gorgeous, stunning, stunning. Stunning. Now I'm gonna do brows. I would highly recommend Benefit products. I have also been enjoying the Glossier Boy Brow. So I'll do Boy Brow today. But not to brag, I love my brows. They are pretty full, pretty thick. I enjoy them a lot. I don't pluck them. I don't really do a lot to them. There's no over plucking here. Thinner brows are coming back. I don't know why. Be true to yourself. If you like a trend, do it. If you don't do it. I personally really like my thick brows. And I always wear thick glasses too, so, you know, be bold, be brave. I go in with the fluff it up brow wax. I love this because I don't like the soap brow look. I don't. I don't know where I put it, but the Mario Master Mats, I love. I love, love, love the Mario Master Mats. And I cannot find my favorite shade. Here it is. Mario Master Mats in Bisque. This is the base that I use for every single eye look. It looks stunning on its own. It's a great base. I cannot recommend it enough. Truly, it's just incredible. You can blend it with a finger. You can go in with a brush. They're pretty goof proof. I love them so much. If you're gonna get any palette from Sephora, I would recommend a Natasha Denona palette. This one is the golden palette, and this one is so pretty. Look at those colors. It's perfect to do a smoky eye. I absolutely love this palette. I think we'll do this today. They always come with mirrors, stunning. And yeah, it's just a lot of beautiful colors, so I'm excited to go in with this. I also have the new Made by Mitchell brushes, so excited to go in with this. I'm gonna set that Makeup by Mario with the color Maliko. Look at the pigment, and this is just a cream color. Natasha Denona is just that girl. Now you'll notice there's not a lot of Charlotte Tilbury on this list. I know that that's like one of the brands. I personally can't get into her. I think honestly some of the products are hit or miss, and maybe I just haven't tried enough of them, but I've never been like super impressed with her stuff. Maybe it's just me. Next I'm going in with the shade Teak. It's in the middle of the palette, the very middle color. It's like a smoky light brown. It's really pretty. And this is just blending seamlessly over that bisque color from Makeup by Mario. So pretty. Next I'm going in with Log. That is the second from the left on the bottom. I'm going to start trying to identify shadows more by telling you where they are in the palette. I was watching a video and Molly Burke, she is a blind YouTuber. She was talking about how she'll listen to videos about people talking about the palette and kind of get a sense for the colors. So this is like a dark, moody brown. I mean, it's called Log, so think like very woodsy deep brown. But yeah, I'm gonna start describing colors a little more. Want to make sure my content's accessible. Accessibility goes beyond colors. I'm gonna go back in with that teak color, that center, slightly lighter brown, and just kind of blend it over. Her colors are so creamy. I really want one of her pro palettes. They're a little more expensive. Taking that at the top of the nose a little, just for definition. And then I'm going in with the color Flesh. This is second from the right on the very bottom. This is like a nudie color, and I'm blending that toward the inner corner of the eye, but still in the crease. We're kind of doing a smoky look today. I'm gonna dip that in, so that Flesh color with Sandstone, which is middle farthest right, and I'm gonna go in with that in the same spot. Kind of mixing the two colors. It's really pretty. Gonna go in under the lash line with those two. Super pretty. Small packer brush. I am gonna go in with Alchemist, which is the bottom right color. It is a brownish shimmer, and I'm putting that on the center of the eye and blending it out. Such a pretty color. And then I'm gonna go in with Fizzy and Cava. Fizzy is the top right, very shimmery champagne color. And that's going in the inner corner, and just up, we're gonna blend it into Alchemist. Stunning. And the Cava looks like a pressed glitter. That's second from the right in the middle. So, so, so pretty. That's going in the inner corner. We're layering that with Fizzy. Gorgeous. Back in with Fizzy to get the inner corner on the bottom. Oh, that is so pretty. So, so pretty. Then finally, I am gonna go in with Aura, second from the left in the center. It is a super, super bright, like white champagne. And that is just gonna go kapow in the inner corner. So, so pretty. So pretty. Now for liner, I don't have a recommendation from Sephora for this one. I'm a NYX girly. If you can get it at the drugstore and it is just stunning, why get an expensive one? The one size is pretty close, but I still feel like the tip can dry out. And I store all of my liners on their side. Just lining the upper lash line. We're not going to do too much. No big wing today. We kind of did that softly with the eye look. So, so stunning. And then I love the Too Faced Better Than Sex in Chocolate. This is super pretty. Urban Decay just came out with a tubing mascara. I have it in like a light brown. I'm gonna be trying that soon too. So look out for that. And then on top of that, I layer drugstore. I do the Bubble Colossal from Maybelline. That's not a Sephora pick, but it has been making my eyes look so stunning. I'm a warm autumn, so I never do black mascara. I have switched to doing brown, so this is brownish black from Maybelline Colossal Bubble. So gorgeous. Okay, for lips, I cannot recommend Violette FR. I really can't. I have all their formulas, Plume Lip, Bisou Balm, and then one of their new ones, their hydrating lip nectar. Love, 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 love. Love these. And today we did kind of a smoky eye. I am gonna go in with Bisou Balm in Calisson. Beautiful nude. Just a stunning nude. And it wouldn't be a lip review for me from Sephora without shouting out Kulfi's lip glossies and liners. I'm like almost through this one. I use it every day. And the Summer Fridays, this color in Maple, so pretty. Okay, you can go with a little bit more of the glass setting spray. And that is the final look. Thank you so much for joining me today. Let me know what you are getting at the Sephora savings event down below. I hope you try some of my picks. These are really the best of the best. I use them every single day, and I hope you enjoy.